Hey everybody, it is Reaper, and we are back in Legends of Aria. So, I'm out with my, and I know it's been a little while since I recorded, so sorry about that. But anyway, I'm out with my lumberjack, farming up some wood to help out with the guild house for my new guild on Reaper. And I figured while we're out doing this, we could just talk a little bit about the game and stuff like that. So anyway, so let's just do that while we farm some wood. So anyway, let's see where to begin. First off, I want to say that I absolutely am loving the game, and it's amazing. And being an old UO player, it's exactly what I needed, and I've said that probably, a bunch of times, but it's true. This is an amazing game. And I think right off the bat, one of the problems that I have most with people in general is when I read on the forums this and that about people bitching about the archery changes, stuff like that. Now admittedly, I didn't play before Steam launch, so I don't know how archery was. I didn't play it. I do know, and this is the big one of the biggest irritations I have with, to be honest, with anybody that buys a game that is clearly listed as early access. And people have said this, and there's always some kind of defense for it, like, oh, well, they should still do this or that or whatever. There literally is a and in real life, I'm a stickler for this sort of thing. As a person, is it before I even purchase the game, there's a big old disclaimer that says you are purchasing an early access game. It is subject to changes. Basically you're helping to test this and that, and it's not a finished product. In other words, you have a disclaimer. You know what you're buying. It is a game being currently in development. So there are a couple of factors that irritate me a lot. Number one, you're buying the game after agreeing to that disclaimer. As far as I'm personally concerned, and don't get me wrong, I get irritated with bugs here and there, stuff like that. But through my years of Ark, 7 Days to Die, and a slew of other early access games, I don't have freakouts. I don't bitch about pretty much stuff in general. Why? Because I clicked yes and bought the game. It had a disclaimer. I'm not an idiot. If you know something ahead of time and you agree to that, you don't get to complain. You don't get to go off on wild oh my god, I don't even, the word's lacking here, my brain, wild tangents about the game, freaking out. Give constructive criticism, stuff like that. But I was sitting last night reading through forum posts and stuff, and just, stuff like, oh, the game sucks, or they promised this and did that, and they changed this and changed that. Well, no shit, it's their game. They had every right to make change. One of the bigger ones is obviously the PvP changes. I am so tired of people going, oh, well, the whole world's not PvP now. And am I a fanboy, as the term goes? You call me whatever you want, but it's a great game. And it's in development. I stress that. It's in development. But I have searched for years and years and years, not kidding. After playing UO for a decade, I have gone through Albion Online and Shrouds of the Avatar and all that. I've looked for a UO game, which I consider to this day, number one, it literally started the MMO genre, 100%. There was a game called Meridian something that I think might have been out before UO, but never saw UO's success. UO started the genre. Okay, and as far as many people are concerned, it is one of the best games ever made. Today, it's changed so much that I'm not playing it. But I've looked for that feeling and that nostalgia back, and that play style, and Legends of Aria is it. Now, as far as the game goes, as far as, like archery changes, people complain, oh, well, there are so many changes to it. Here's what I say. Just, I'm sorry, but shut up. Just, you know it's an early access game. You do. You have to know, because you had to hit, when you hit that buy button, right there it is. You want to give constructive criticism, you want to give feedback, that's fine. You want to complain a little bit about little things, go ahead, I guess. But don't freak out, don't bash the game. You want to threaten to quit, then quit. Personally, I don't want you here. Players that actually appreciate the development process and know what they got into, because, I don't know, they're not idiots. And I'm sorry, but if you don't get to freak out and bitch after reading the disclaimer, I can't say that enough. It's a game in development. That everything's going to change. Or it might not. It could. It won't. It didn't. That's how it is. So my advice is just stop. Okay? Legends of Aria has been out for just shy of a month after the actual Steam release. Okay? And I have been non-stop having a blast in that month. Okay? Legends of Aria, like UO, is a game about... It's not a 3D game. First of all, it's an amazing looking game. It's beautiful. Okay? But it's not designed to be some 3D MMO. It's not designed to be an Elder Scrolls Online or a Warcraft or any of those games, or it's not. It looks like UO, okay, and that's by design. That's the way it should be and the way they wanted it to be, and it works. It works beautifully. All right, Legends of Aria is a game about exploration, and there are no there aren't big exclamation points over your head to go, kill 20 rabbits and do this and do that. And yeah, there are the dispatch quest to go out and, clear a bandit camp, do this, do that, reward some gold, get some, get some skill ups. That's awesome, okay? It's not going to hold your hand. I've Googled and searched and on the official Discord and everything to find out a lot of stuff from other players. Because why? Because it is a player-driven game. It's a game about players. It is a sandbox game. I've heard people say, well, there are only 600 skill points, so it's not a sandbox because I can't do this and that. Blah, blah, blah. It's not designed so one character can do everything or be OP. It's not the way it works. And would I like another 100 skill points, 700 cap? Sure, they want to give it to me. But if they don't, I'll figure it out. It's an early access game. You knew what you were getting into. I keep going back to that because it irritates me so much to see people complain about something that they knew they were getting. Alright? Well, this is what the devs said this and the devs said that early on before Steam Access. So what? It's their game. They literally are developing the game. They can change it anytime they want. That's their right. I think Citadel has done an amazing job. But it's a game about pace. It's a game about playing at your own pace. I joined a guild, and I am having an absolute blast with my new guild members. They are an amazing group of people. Most, if not all of them, are ex-UO players. So they understand. And like right now, I'm chopping wood. Okay? Is it tedious and boring? I don't think so. I enjoy it. Because that's the type of game that it is. That's the type of game UO was. Do some dungeon crawls, decorate, look at the display behind me with the vendor back here and stuff. That's the type of game that it is. And it's amazing for it. It just truly captures that UO feeling. In almost 2020, there are a lot of people. I see people everywhere all the time, every day. All right? I know that they merged two servers somehow, and people are saying, oh, merged two dead servers. I don't think that's the case, and even if it is, they're doing what they can to, to populate and stuff like that. So, big deal. But when people don't play the game for the way the game is designed to be played, and that's the point. It's not necessarily designed to be played any one way. It's just, this is the type of game that it is. You go out and you farm and you mine and you lumber, you cut trees and you build and you make friends and you just all of it. You craft and stuff like that. I've heard people saying that there's no point in getting to GM in a skill, in like a crafting skill, because the bonuses aren't there. Maybe they aren't quite there. But again, there's so much that's going to change about this game in the coming months and years. And yes, years. I truly believe this game will be around for years. I think that as long as the devs stay with it and don't, and they don't stop, they keep going, and I believe they will. Ultima Online, whether I like the state the game is currently in or not, is still around. It's still around, and it's still around for a reason. Because it's an amazing game. Because it still, even with all its changes, it's still Ultima Online. It's still this type of game, And this is the design. This is how it is. Okay? Again, early access. I'm getting tired of saying it, but I feel like I have to keep saying it. But anyway, I'm going to continue to, I'm going to try to record more, and I'm going to continue to do these little talks, and at the same time I want to do like some skill videos and review those, some short ones, stuff like that. But I wanted to get out there and just say, leave Citadel be. Stop going on the forums and bashing them. If you want to put constructive criticism out there, or maybe some advice, go ahead. But if you want to threaten to quit, you want to tell them, say that it's not the game that they promised in 2018, it's blah, blah, blah. Well, no shit it's not. It's their game. They're going to change it, develop it, fix it, break it. They're going to do whatever they want to it. And getting feedback from players, feedback, not all-out complaints, is a good thing. But feedback. Don't freak out. Don't, I've read so many negative, horrible posts, to be honest with you. And it makes me sick, because they're just, it's putting unnecessary bad taste in people's mouths that might want to play the game, that are going to take the advice of morons. Morons that clearly couldn't read the early access disclaimer. It's like, whatever. Oh, wait, I agreed to that, but, it's like when you sign up for, a credit, you get a credit card, and it's like you agree to the terms, the TOS, terms of service. And then you try to complain later that, oh, well, my interest rate's too high. Well, wait a minute, though. I agreed to that interest rate when I signed up. You don't get to complain later. You knew what you were getting into. Common sense. It irritates me that logic and common sense don't play a part like it should with people. And I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about, everybody. Kids, adults. There's just a lot of times a lack of common sense, logic. And it frustrates me. This is an amazing game with amazing potential. Is it for everybody? No, of course not, because nothing is for everyone. If that were the case, there wouldn't be diversity. There wouldn't be, there wouldn't be a medium for different types of games and everything else. It wouldn't exist. Okay, not everything is for everyone. But people playing the game, they obviously started it for a reason, you know. And if they don't want to, if they're not happy with its current state, then you know what? Don't play now. Come back later, okay? But all I'm saying is, just stop bashing the game. You knew what you were getting into. Enjoy it for what it is, and give Citadel time. Okay, once it like literally officially launches, at that point, if things are super broken, if they all out lie about stuff after it's officially launched, then you know what? Maybe then you can complain. But for now, while still in early access and development, you don't get to. Okay? If you don't want to play, don't play. But don't badmouth it. Don't be stupid about it. Don't tell people it sucks and not give people a chance. And people are influenced very easily. So, you know, not everybody, but some people are. Some people won't buy the game based on the idiotic comments of idiotic people. And I'm not trying to be rude, but if you are complaining about a game that is listed as early access, and you know that ahead of time, and you bitch about it and freak out, you're an idiot. So just stop. Okay? But, you know, anyway, it's a game about community, making friends, and I want to, you know, throw a shout out to my guild, Havoc on Amber Moon. I'm having a blast with you guys, and I appreciate all the love and support that the guild has shown, and I look forward to continuing to be there with everybody for months and years to come. So thank you to Havoc and my guild mates, and you know, I'm out here just you know, trying to farm up some stuff to get our big guild house going, and I look forward to everything. So again, thank you, Havoc. But anyway, I'm going to try to put, you know, more videos out between real life and work, and, you know, it's not always easy. There are a lot of lapses in my videos, you know, sometimes. But anyway, thank you. You know, I appreciate you listening if you did. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and give Legends of Aria a try. It's on Steam. It's back up to like $30. I would have paid $50 for this game, and that's no lie. Okay, I've been gaming for, well, I'm gonna be 50. I'm an old man, so yeah, I've been gaming for 40 years. You know, if not longer. I've played everything. And that's the truth. Okay. You know, my kids have played. You know, we're a gamer household, so I do feel like I know what the hell I'm talking about. I do feel like I can throw some advice out there, throw some. I think my opinion should matter. I think I definitely am not a complete moron when it comes to gaming, and especially MMOs. So, you know, with that said, we'll see you in Aria. Okay, and thanks. Have a great day.